Hey guys, it's Riley and I'm here with a new tutorial for you guys. This is going to be a drugstore slash affordable makeup tutorial. So basically I wanted to do this look because I'm using all drugstore products and kind of affordable products. I did do this entire look using all drugstore or super affordable products. So what I mean by that is that all of the products that I use are fairly cheap, or you can find in your CVS or drugstore, anything like that. I'm going to say the one thing that is not available at the drugstore is going to be my Morphe palette that I use on the eyes. I feel like this is super affordable and these are super easy to get nowadays, so I thought I would just add this in here because I love this palette and I haven't really gotten a lot of time to mess around with it on my channel, so I did go ahead and play around with this guy, and this is the 35K palette from Morphe. I'm totally digging like the cool tone to mix with the warm tones, and I think this look is just a super sultry, like sexy eye look, and I'm digging it. Hey guys, so I'm going to start off bare face with no makeup on. Ignore how pale my face is. I do self-tan, so you will see how dark my foundation is later. So to start off, I'm going to take a lip balm because my lips are always chapped and really dry, and this is the First Aid Beauty Lip Therapy, and I'm just going to put that on. Then I'm going to take my BDESCU facial water and just spray that all over, and then I like to tap it in just so it really hydrates the skin and gets in there and dries just a little bit quicker. Then I'm going to go in with my L'OREAL LUMI Magique Primer, and I love this because it gives a really nice dewy finish, and it just makes your face look super hydrated. So I'm going to put that all over, and you can see it already gives me a really nice glow. Then I'm going to go in with my L'OREAL LUMI foundation and also my MILANI 2-in-1 Cover and Conceal foundation, and clearly you can see how dark my foundation is. Trust me, it will blend out later, but I like to pump some on the back of my hand and then place dots all over, and then go in with my beauty blender with the MILANI foundation. It tends to be super thick, so I find the best way to apply this and blend it out with is with a beauty blender. And obviously this is just the Real Techniques beauty sponge, but same thing. I actually prefer this one over the beauty blender. Then I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Better Skin Concealer, and I'm going to apply this underneath the eyes, down the bridge of my nose, on the chin, a little bit on like Cupid's bow, and some on the forehead just to highlight the areas of the face. This is also going to lighten the foundation just a little bit and create more definition and depth to my face, so I'm not just one blank canvas. And then I'm going to go in and blend with my Real Techniques sponge again and just really create a nice flawless transition into the highlight and then the foundation. And I love this concealer because it gives such a really natural dewy finish, and it really lasts long too. Now I'm going to go with my Maybelline Fit Me Stick Foundation, and I'm going to contour with this and just chisel out my cheekbones and my structure of my face. So I'm going to put this on my cheeks, my forehead, my nose, my jawline, and then blend it out. I find that this one works really well with a brush instead of the beauty blender. I feel like it doesn't blend very well with a sponge or a beauty blender, so I like to use a big kabuki brush like this, and this is angled, so I'm just buffing that out and blending that in. I do really like using cream because it creates more of a natural appearance instead of it being super powdery. It just blends and looks like your actual skin. So then I'm going to just set everything with the NYX Dewy Setting Spray, and I like to tap this in with my beauty blender just to make sure everything is really hydrated because I've been super dry lately. Then I'm going to go in with my COTE AIRSPUN powder and a Real Techniques sponge and just go ahead and bake with this. I love this powder. It's super affordable. Hate the way it smells, but it does give a really pretty finish. You can see I just looked completely airbrushed underneath my eyes, but I'm just going to put this in my T-zone and where I get pretty oily, so that's what I am doing here. Now we're going to move on to eyebrows, and I'm just going to use some eyeshadows from the Morphe palette. Now I'm going to take some tape and just put these along my lower lash line to create a really nice sharp line for the shadow. Then taking my COTE AIRSPUN powder again, I'm going to set my eyelids with this to create a really nice base for the shadows, and then also to highlight the brow bone as well. I love this powder. It's honestly, you can use it for anything, and doing this also will help your shadows to blend. So if you feel like your shadows get kind of stuck or they don't blend very easily, try using a all over cream shade to help blend, and it just creates more of a softer finish and more transition with your shades. Now I'm going to take a medium light shade and then a kind of warm brown and start buffing these in my crease. This is going to be our transition shade, and I really like this shade. It's just a really nice neutral semi-warm transition, and I'm going to do circular motions back and forth and also windshield wiper motions. I'm going to kind of play on my tape and have that do a lot of the work. I like to buff it kind of in the line of the tape and then bring it inward. Doing this with the tape is going to create a more cat eye effect and elongate your eyes as well, and that really does make my eyes appear a lot bigger and longer. And then I do buff it up onto my brow bone just a little bit as well. Then I'm going to go in with two slightly darker warm shades, and I'm going to focus this mostly on the crease and not bringing it up at all. I want to really take this color and put it right in that crease to create that definition. And as you can see, I am holding my hand kind of mid through my brush. When I was doing the transition shade, I like to hold it further back at the end of my brush because that's going to create less tension and less pressure. So the more pressure, you get more intense color. The less pressure, you get more of a nice blend. So if that will help you at all, try that. Then I'm going to take two of the shimmer shades in this palette. One's a slightly warmer brown and then a silver shade. And I'm just going to apply these to my lid with my fingers. I love doing shimmer shades with my fingers because they blend and kind of lay better, and the pigment is way better with my fingers than a brush. So I'm just applying these onto my lid. And then I'm going to take the really white shimmery shade and pop this in the inner corner of my eye to create a really nice highlight. Since most of the eye is super dark and kind of sultry, we're going to bring that light shade to kind of pop it and bring brightness back to the eye look. Then I'm just going to take the shadow brush that I was using before, and I'm going to blend a little bit more and just make sure none of the shimmer shade is all over the lid. Then I'm going to take the black matte shade in this palette, and I'm going to focus this right on the outer corner of my eye. When I do this, I like to take the black shade and tap it, and then I will take it on the other side and tap it, and then use the excess to blend it because I don't want to go too intense. To me, this just gives the perfect kind of outer black smoke effect when I just tap it and then blend it in, just kind of using excess product to really create that definition. But I thought once I put this black on, it really just made the look come alive. And now I'm just taking the blending brush that I was using before and just blending all of these shades together to create a really nice transition. And then going back in with a little bit more of those shimmer shades just to keep those in place. I kind of do this a lot. I just keep blending, and if I have to touch up some areas, I'll touch it up and keep going. Now I'm just taking off the tape, and you can see such a sharp line. It just makes it look super nice and super done up. I'm going to go in with most of the shades that I used on my lid in my transition and just smoke out the lower lash line. So you'll see me going back and forth between colors, but I'm just going to be smoking out the lower lash line with the different shades, and I like to use a couple different ones, especially in a smoky eye, to create a lot of definition as well. Now I'm going to just take some of the COTE AIRSPUN powder again, and I'm just going to sharpen up that line. I also did go ahead and throw on my lashes. I hate doing lashes on camera because the bands, especially the EYELURE ones, are giving me a lot of trouble, and I hate editing through them. So I just went ahead and did that off camera, and now I'm letting the glue dry. Now I'm taking my NYC Sunny Bronzer. This has been my absolute favorite bronzer the past couple of months, and I'm going to bronze the cheekbone area, the foreheads, and the jawline. I also like to throw it on my nose as well, just to give it a little bit of color, and even on my chin. So I'm pretty much just doing this on the outer portions of my face and then my nose. And then I'm going to take my Wet n Wild contour and highlighting duo, and I'm going to contour with the darker side. I still like to go pretty warm with my contour because if I go too cool toned, I look like I got punched in the face. So I like to keep it pretty warm, and I'm just gonna chisel out my cheekbones and anywhere I need to slim down or anything like that. I'm gonna go in with my NYX highlighting palette. This one is awesome. These highlights are absolutely amazing, and I took the two bottom shades, and then they're like the light white and pink, and I'm just going to apply this on my cheekbones. Today I did bring it pretty far down on my cheek, kind of almost to where the inner corner of my eye is, just so you could really see that highlight, and it's a really nice dramatic look. So really popping with a highlight is awesome. So I'm putting that on my cheekbones, like I said, the bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose, my cupid's bow, and some of my chin. And I'm also going to go a little bit on my forehead. And again, I like to be really glowy looking and really like hydrated. So now I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Rocket Mascara, and then I just apply that to my false lashes, my real lashes, and my lower lashes. And then I'm going to take my NYX Liquid Lip Suede and put this all over my lips clearly. I will have all the names of the products that I'm using linked down below as well, so check that out if you have any questions or if I'm leaving anything out. Then I'm just going to go back in with my highlight and make sure my cupid's bow is really popping. And the last step is just to set your face with the NYX Dewy setting spray. So guys, this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and it helped a little bit, or at least kept you busy for a little bit. So I guess I wanted to go for a super sultry, sexy eye look, so that is what we came up with. This is what my ending eye look looks like. Also, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up if you liked this video. And let's try and get this makeup look to 50 likes. If you guys would do that, that would be awesome. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share this video so other people can see. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!